Hello, everyone, grade 9 boys and girls, and welcome once again to another virtual learning presentation. Now, we shall be dealing with the standard summaries. First, let's get to know summaries. Okay, this is still a part of section 5 in your ESL writing book. Okay, it's about reading, and we shall try to see how good our skill is in writing summaries. Now we're in Unit 2, and we shall start from page 149, and we shall end at 157, page 157. Okay, now imagine you are reading an article in a magazine in your own language. And as you seem very interested in it, and because I cannot understand your language, I ask you what it is about. Of course, you're not going to translate the whole thing. So your brain quickly sorts out what bits I might find interesting and reorganizes them so that you can then pass on the information using words I can understand immediately. The words you choose and the way you express the ideas contained in the article are, in fact, your summary. As a result, I am better informed without having to take the time and make the effort to work through a passage in a foreign language. Okay, another instance. Imagine you went to see a popular film at the local cinema. Later, you want to tell your friend about it. Again, you pick the parts you think will appeal to your friend and also give him an idea of the basic story of the film. In other words, you summarize it for him or for her. This may even save your friend from having to go to the cinema himself or herself. It is your summary, and if your summary does not make the film sound interesting to your friend, then he may decide not to go and watch it. Okay, so we do exactly the same thing when telling someone about the conversation we have had with someone else. We certainly do not repeat the conversation word for word exactly as it happened, nor do we always use the words used in the actual conversation. We also select what we say depending on who we say it to. Okay, do you tell your mother everything your friend said to you at a party? Of course, I doubt it. You just tell her the things that will interest her. A summary allows you to understand quickly and easily a passage which may be long and may contain difficult or specialized vocabulary. Okay, now how do we approach a summary question? We have the different stages to learn in approaching a summary question. Okay, we will also skim read and we'll get to know the different types of summary. For this presentation, we shall be dealing with standard summary alone. Okay, I tried to uh, trim this presentation into two, but the first one is quite lengthy, and I guess we'll have another presentation for the next type of summary, which is relationship summary. Okay, let us try to go to the first one. Stage 1, we have to read the question, underline the keywords, code the keywords, skim read the passage. For stage 2, underline the keywords and code the keywords again. For stage 3, we write the heading of a keyword, we write it in your own words and do not translate. And stage 4, we have to group together similar points, number the points according to how important they are. And for stage 5, we have it in the same slide, comparing how many points you have found with the number of words asked for in the question. For stage 6, it's the writing of the summary. Okay, for the first for the standard summaries. Let's take stage 1. Granting you have the passage hitting the right button. In stage 1, it says read the question, underline the keywords, and code the keywords. Now, I want you to read pages 151 and 152. It's about hitting the button. Okay. Now, after reading the passage hitting the right button, let us go to the keywords, some keywords that are found. Okay, we have computers, help, and boys. For computers, okay, the passage may refer to other things which help boys. So this should not be included in your summary. So this is, always remember that if it doesn't fit, don't include in your summary. For the word help, the passage may refer to the computers being a bad influence on boys. This should not be included in the summary too. Okay, for some boys only. Now, boys is found in the context, but let's see, the passage may refer to girls also, or how computers help girls. So no reference to girls should be included in your summary because this is about boys, right? It's not mentioned that this will be helpful to girls as well, even if we know computers are helpful to girls. Okay, now for stage 1, we have to read the question. What exactly do you need to summarize? How many words do you have to use? Look at any pictures or headings for clues about the content of the passage. Now, as you read, you underline the keywords in the question. For example, from the exam question, write a summary about the cause and extent of flooding. You would probably identify the cause and effect as keywords. You will code the keywords. If there is more than one, choose whichever coding method you prefer, either A, B, or 1, 2, or the first letter of the keywords. In the above example, or in hitting the right button, depending on which coding method you choose, cause will be, alright, like computers will be coded as A or 1 or C. Okay, now about stage 2, you will skim read the passage and a paragraph by paragraph, and that's what we'll do. Pick out the relevant or the important points and underline them. At the same time, we will use a code to identify each point at the side of the text so that you can easily find it. Continuing with the example, every time you find the reference to the word computers or um, help or the keys, you see, you would be writing our code. Okay. Now sometimes the points related to each keyword can be scattered throughout the passage. Coding in this way helps you to locate the relevant or important points easily. Now we mentioned about skimming. So what is skim reading? Do you remember from our past lesson and from the other subjects you have in grade 9? Okay, just a quick revision. Skim reading is a skill which needs to be practiced before the exam. Okay, the passages to summarize in the exam may be long and there is not enough time to read every word, so you must be good at skim reading. You do this all the time in your own language. Imagine looking at a notice board to find out which room to go to for your physics class. There are many other notices on the board, but your eye quickly skims over most of them, deciding they are not what you are looking for until it sees the relevant notice. In the same way, you should be able to look quickly at a paragraph and decide what it is about and whether it is relevant or important. Many paragraphs in the passage will not contain any points relevant to the keyword in the question. Skim reading allows you to recognize and quickly pass over paragraphs which contain no relevant points so that you have more time to concentrate on relevant